The NFL draft was last night, as you certainly do know. Denise Jones is here, I'm Rick Strom. So there were tweets from Josh Allen that resurfaced. Yahoo put them out with the headline that said, offensive tweets from Josh Allen surface hours before the NFL draft. And here is just one of them, very near and dear to my heart. And he was quote tweeting Hitler, dictator Hitler. Heil, bitches.
In 2012.
In 2012, raises an arm as well. I love the reply. So we are going to get into many more. A lot of tweets were dug up, but I just want to refresh your memory on one quick thing involving Brent Musburger. Take a look.
When you're a quarterback at Alabama, you see that lovely lady there. She does go to Auburn, I want to admit that. But she also, this Alabama, and that's A.J. McCarron's girlfriend, okay? Wow, I'm telling you, quarterbacks, you get all the good-looking women. What a beautiful woman.
As everyone knows, Brent Musburger, of course, faced backlash. And then Josh Allen decided to put out these tweets as well. And McCarron's girl, though. J Money, I'm telling you, McCarron's old lady. Oh, my goodness. So, real quick. Josh Allen was drafted by the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
Would you like to take a wild guess at who the Buffalo Bills signed this offseason? I'm going to help you.
Do it.
It's A.J. McCarron. Oh, that's going to be so good. Okay, so here are the racially insensitive tweets that Josh Allen put out, saying the N-word many times. All of this was in 2012, going on. I mean, you could read them. I'm not about to. And then there were also more after that. One of them saying, if it ain't white, it ain't right. He calls up Stephen A. Smith, according to Stephen A. Smith, at 2 a.m. to say, hey, it was a Modern Family joke. Talking about how much he hates LeBron James and what have you. Now, here is the interesting part. Landon Collins was asked about this yesterday, New York Giants safety. Here's what he had to say.
I don't know. If I knew a guy to say those things, he had to felt that kind of way at some point in his life. But I mean, you grow up and you get out of those ways. And you move on. We probably have to talk and have to have an understanding of what's going on, what his mindset been, or why. I mean, it's something that always triggers that emotion. So that's how far I would go with that.
You think people would maybe be looking at him a little bit sideways until he explained himself?
Yeah, he would have to explain himself of why he did that, because I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to continue looking at you sideways or turn their shoulder.
If you accept the excuse he gave Stephen A. or the explanation he gave Stephen A., then he checks out in the locker room. Do you think that everyone would adopt that position? Or do you think there would be an element in the locker room who's like, I don't want to hear it, he did this, I'm not dealing with him?
Not everyone. Everyone is different. Everyone has their opinion about it, and then everybody has their own mindset of how a person used the statement. So Landon Collins saying, and he's saving his own public image as well by going on there and speaking on it and answering some difficult questions. I'm going to show you another former player's response, but first, your thoughts, Denise.
Well, first of all, when you start reaching fame or you feel like you're pretty close to it, usually when it comes to athletes, it's that college level, and there's different agents and publicists that you start considering or recruiting. Or maybe you have someone smart by your shoulder that can just tell you, hey, just to play it safe, let's erase all of your social media. Let's clear it up. Let's start fresh because of situations like this. And I think in today's day and age, or the time that we live in 2018 right now, something like that it's at a microscope. You tweeted this, these are your words, and though it was in 2012, it's very difficult to look at the same person, before you knew that they had these thoughts, even if it was in their past, because it's still somewhat ingrained. And then you start thinking maybe it's a part of their family, maybe it's their culture, maybe this person still thinks of things this way. So it's really challenging. It's really disappointing. And more than anything, it's unfortunate that he didn't have somebody just clear that social media. Because yeah, he was young and dumb, but that's not an excuse to tweet or speak on things like this.
Right. So to answer your second to last point, they actually deleted these about 6 months ago, which tells you that there was some investigation that went through from somebody prior to those 6 months and capturing those tweets, sending it to Yahoo, leaking it to Yahoo rather, right before the draft took place. My own feeling is, I don't care how old you are. If you're a white guy, you just don't say it, period. So what struck me was the Bills traded up, as Yahoo put out, with Tampa Bay to take Josh Allen at number 7 overall. They selected him in the NFL draft. He made his walk up with Roger Goodell, number 7 overall pick. And then the Bills GM went on to say, we can't find one negative thing anybody had to say about Josh Allen today. Sometimes I look at stuff like this and I think, do I know more than people in the front offices in the National Football League? Lastly, this former player had this to say, one of my favorite players in Madden, Peerless Price. Those Josh Allen comments would not fly in any locker room that I am or have ever been a part of. This is a guy who competed in the NFL for many years, came from Tennessee, played for a few different ball clubs in the National Football League at the highest level. He has seen everything. And if he is saying this, and many other players
there's of course a lot of players
are going to say this, I think this would be a humongous problem for many, even in the Buffalo Bills locker room.
Of course.
Where he would have to answer many grueling questions from his former players. And that's something that they should do, in my opinion.
Of course, and at the end of the day, a team is a family, so you're not going to want somebody in the family that's living a second life or has a hidden agenda or has had these kind of thoughts. I saw some tweets saying that, he won't have a problem in that state anymore because it's a white-dominated state. But it's just so unfortunate that it's come down to just like a lift of these old tweets. Because who knows, man? I mean, at this point, to think of something is one thing. That's my argument.
Okay.
And it's a conversation that I've had with my friends many times. To think of something is one thing, right? If you think of something, it's in your mind. Usually you're by yourself, no big deal. But if you get the energy to tweet it out, it takes some time to tweet something out.
It does.
It takes more time to tweet something out than it does to talk to your friend about it. So he should have just had somebody by his shoulder say, hey, these are my thoughts, whatever, what have you.
I wish.
Never let those surface. And then, instead of, let me tweet exactly word for word what I'm feeling.
Yeah. I mean,
it makes the thought weigh a lot more when it's written.
Right. I agree with you. I agree. Just think about it before you hit send. That's pretty much what we're saying.